Alright guys, congratulations, you've finished the Angular 4 front to back course. So you should now have the skills to create your own Angular 4 applications from scratch. Of course, you can always go back and reference this course as well as the code. So I just want to quickly go over what we've covered in each section of this course. So in section 1, I introduced myself and talked about the course outline and what we'll be learning. We also talked a little bit about what Angular actually is, and we cleared up some of the version issues. In section 2, we set up our dev environment, we installed Angular CLI, we inspected the files included in an Angular app, we also looked at the quick start seed and talked a little bit about TypeScript and what some of its advantages are. So in section 3, we talked about components, we talked about why they're important, what some of the advantages are, we looked at ng module as well as data binding, string interpolation, and types and interfaces. So section 4 was on template syntax. We looked at ng-for for looping, conditionals with ng-if and ng-switch, property binding to attributes, as well as the ng-class and ng-style directives for dynamic UI elements. Section 5 was all about events and forms. We looked at the different mouse and input events, form submission, and manipulating properties, ng model using two-way data binding, and template-driven forms. So section 6 was on services in the HTTP module. We talked about what a service is in Angular and how it's used to work with data, observables. We looked at all of the common HTTP requests, including get, post, delete, and put, and we worked with the JSON placeholder RESTful API service. Section 7 was on the Angular router. I showed you how to set it up, how to create routes, and then how to work with parameters in the URL. So in section 8, we built our FAQ app. We also touched on some of the things we haven't yet, like nesting components, as well as putting input into a component and getting output and emitting data from a component. I also showed you how to build out your static assets using Angular CLI, and then how to easily upload to a server. And then finally in section 9 and 10, we built our client panel application, which took pretty much everything that we went over in this course and put it into one project. We also integrated a Firebase backend using Angular Fire 2. We implemented authentication and access control, and we used Angular Flash messaging. Alright, so I sincerely hope that you guys really enjoyed this course and learned a lot from it. This was my first course under my own company, Traversy Media. If you guys could kindly leave an honest review, I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you could subscribe to the Traversy Media YouTube channel and follow me on social media. And hopefully I will see you in my next course. So thank you so much, guys.